Finally, the long-awaited debate is now. It is today. The generated art AI. The pro-AI group, the anti-AI group is today here. And we also have some special guests. But as always, this podcast wouldn't be the same without George and Carlos. This time they won't agree. They will be in separate point of views. Carlos thinks AI is good for art, George thinks the opposite. And of course, Charlie, behind the camera, as always, never fails. Now, it's time to introduce the two guests everyone has been asking for. On the pro-AI side, it is time to introduce the two guests everyone has been asking for. On the pro-AI side, we have Professor Atlas Vector. Come in here, Professor.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, everybody.
The famous
Hello.
content,
Professor Atlas.
Hello.
the famous content creator. How are you doing today?
I'm Brian. I'm fine. Here's Carlos. I know he's agree with me. So let's go. Let's go to this.
Okay. And on the other side, we have the most talked about figure of the moment, a true celebrity of one of the most controversial opinions, in my opinion, Dr. Isaac H. Frucra.
Doctor, is he doing that? Pleasure to meet you.
Carlos.
Who will
Doctor, pleasure to meet you. George.
defend the anti-AI position? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to prove wrong my dear friend here who actually thinks AI is great to use in art. I personally believe it's not great because the government wants to control us using AI in art.
Okay, let's calm down just a moment. Here are we just starting. And well, before anything else, Charlie and the team collected some key questions. He made an interview to some of people. So now let's see the questions that they made the interviews, and then we'll answer with our own opinions.
What do you think about the growth of AI-generated art in recent years?
I think there are ways in which some people can use it creatively, but I don't think it will ever surpass true human creativity, the kind that comes from within.
Well, as you hear, AI is growing quickly and brings new creative opportunities, but let's see what thinks the anti-side. What do you think, George? What do you think, Doctor?
Well, I'm gonna start because I know a lot more of this topic. It's true, AI is a very limiting factor since the main use the government wants to give it is to copy these artists, to 3D print them, for controlling the masses with the subliminal messages art can transmit.
Well, as Doctor just mentioned previously, under my point of view, artists who use AI to produce their artworks should not be placed in the same category as those who do not rely on such tools. This is primarily because artists who create without AI demonstrate a higher level of originality and creative input, and therefore they deserve full recognition for their work, while on the other hand, artists who incorporate AI into the creative process should be considered co-creators and not sole agents behind the final result.
Okay, what does the other side think?
Well, I want to present myself. I'm an artist. I'm a professor in arts. I don't know, doctor of what? Do you know something about art? Because the rise of AI generated art represent a powerful new tool for artists, and that make us have our creativity in a better way with technology. So it's a good tool for us, and I think in this new world that we are with all this technology, it's really important to use all the tools that we have.
No, yeah, I mean, I completely agree with what my partner is saying, because AI, there's a wide variety of AI tools, and I think that's not what you're seeing right now, because there are some tools that you genuinely use all day, yet you don't even realize, because you might just see, oh, it's just a chatbot, but really the AI does enhance and help even the artists that did get their degrees. I think maybe you used it for your thesis. I don't know. Maybe you didn't know because it wasn't a chatbot, because that's what you think. It's always a chatbot, but it doesn't encapsulate that. When the first iPhones came out, what's Siri? It's an AI. It hears you, right? We probably don't use Siri quite a lot, but why was no one saying about that when it came out? You know, it's just kind of weird, and I think we should see acceptance. Yes, there might be some regulations that have to be put in place. I think we'll talk about that later, but mainly, you know, what's the problem with it?
So you are giving us the reason, Carlos, as you're saying there should be some regulations. So therefore, we cannot consider, artists who use AI in the same category as those who don't.
I'm not saying that they should be the same. I just say that we have to first realize what is AI, because we only see it as a chatbot. You guys only think of it as, oh, it's just ChatGPT, it's just OpenAI. But really, there are many, many tools that you don't even realize that use AI and are still part of the creative process, right? I mean, after the end of the day, there was I don't remember what program had this update where you could have a 2D, drawing, right? And then you could edit it out so you can turn it 3D, but you didn't do the 3D, you didn't do all the angles of that character. An AI did them based on what you did. And it helps quite a lot on the process, instead of making, hours and hours of trying to draw, when you can draw and you can do basically 90% of it, and you can just be helped by AI, enhance that the process, right?
Yes. And to complement at this point, I think it is a tool. That is the most important thing, because the AI can accelerate the ideation process. So you have an idea, you put it in a prompt, and you have like a preview of your idea, and then you can do your art. So there are a lot of ways to use this tool in art. You need to know that.
First of all, AI is not an art. I personally do not use it.
Let's stop this for a moment.
Nobody said that.
Let's stop this for a moment. We have a lot more questions. Very interesting point of views from everyone. Just a question for you now before I stop it. I see that you made some faces when your teammate was speaking. What was that?
Yeah, is that my teammate also doesn't know nothing about this topic.
So I don't have anyone alongside me. Like, what are we doing here, doctor?
No, I'm
you
here.
should be supporting me.
I shouldn't. You should be supporting me. I am the doctor.
Well, let's go to another question that Charlie and the team did. And here's the clip.
Do you think AI can express real emotions?
Not really. At the end of the day, it's just a super intelligent chat system that responds based on what it was previously trained on, depending on the people interacting with it or the data it was trained with.
Well, as you hear, obviously AI doesn't recreate emotions, it just mimics them. But I want to hear the opinion about us in pro or against about this mimicking of opinions. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start since we know I'm the one who knows. He speaks a lot of truth. AI at the moment cannot recreate human emotion, but it's in the process of stealing all of the artist's emotions in order to emit their own proper emotions.
Okay.
Okay. I'm curious. What do you mean with stealing?
And when you use the AI, the prompts, the words you use in your creativity, it's emitted by vibrations, and the AI absorbs these vibrations and steals your creativity.
Well, what doctor is mentioning is pretty interesting. I mean, I don't have a clue of how in the world AI is going to be able to, take away the emotions from the artist to recreate them. But, maybe in the future this will happen. Maybe, from what we have now, from the info that we see today, AI cannot do that. They can just mimic the, emotions of a person or the behavior of a person. But who knows, maybe in the future, what would be something that you could use to defend this point of view, doctor?
Well, I already said it. I do not have to repeat myself.
Okay. Well, I totally agree with the professor of the video. I think AI cannot reply emotions. Also, I think this doctor is very creative with all that he said. So I thought it was just someone that doesn't know anything, but you're very creative to say jokes.
Carlos, something to add?
Yeah, no, I think AI is just something trying to replicate those emotions, and I mean, it's not really like trying to steal the author's emotions. I mean, I can do a painting that tries to replicate an emotion that someone already felt. I'm not replicating, I'm just feeling it the same way. And that's kind of how AI is just thinking things like, okay, I can do a painting of one of these emotions and I'll just pick one. So I don't think it's really stealing, right? It's just trying to replicate, and it's up to the person that sees it whether it feels or doesn't feel an emotion, seeing the piece of art.
Guys, are we talking about emotions or AI? Remember, art expressionism. We need to talk about that.
Point of view here, but this is just crazy. This is just nuts, man. Like, I cannot, find an argument to. I mean, I don't know what the doctor is saying.
Wait,
right now.
Charlie. You just talk about a second about AI and art. Can you explain it something related to ethics or something like that, please?
Yeah, well, I was talking about the transparency, all the accountability the creators need to have about AI. We need to talk about transparency. The UNESCO mentioned that we need to be transparent about if we use AI in all the artworks we create.
That's true.
Exactly, and I think Doctor here has never seen the word transparency in a dictionary. Well, or at least that's what it appears.
Well, let's continue to the final and last interview that Charlie and our team made about what will be the future of AI in art.
What do you think is the future of art with artificial intelligence?
It's helping us reduce costs and speed up processes, and it's definitely entering the market. I see it a lot in advertising and marketing. However, I think it's simply another tool to use. Some people treat it as if it's going to solve absolutely everything. But we can't afford to lose too many people in our field, because if people don't have income, they can't buy products. So there's a dilemma there.
Well, as you can see with the teacher that helped us, the future of AI is not the savior. It's not the one who will help everything, but it will be a guide, and it depends about which kind of ethics will lead to that. For example, utilitarianism will look for potential benefits for all of us, while ethical virtues will say that it's good if it only potentiates human creativity and responsibility. But I want to know, what do you think about this, Doctor, Professor, Carlos, George? What do you think?
Well, I think he's completely right. I think it is a tool, as I said at the beginning, and it's a really good tool that is improving every day, so we need to use it. If you have this tool as an artist, why you wouldn't use it?
Yeah, really, I think, just like you're saying, like we said at the very beginning, really AI is just another pencil that we can use to, try and help us. But I think, the authorship and everything related to it, whether, you made this or the AI made it, really depends on the artwork and how much work you put into it. It's not going to be the same as if you only did prompt, and then you give an image of an already made painting from you, like I already completed it, just maybe add this little detail, then you can add it as a co-creator, but at the end of the day you did pretty much everything. So I think it pretty much depends, and we can't really give a certain definition, right? Like, I think that's what people are wanting, and I think that's why there's a lot of debate, because people only want one answer, and it's pretty much the one that benefits them, right? So I think, it just depends, and I think that's pretty much subjective.
It's really easy. You just need to be transparent with your process. How much is AI and how much is your own creativity? So I think that is all. It's that easy.
And I'm gonna disagree with you guys here. Like the professor mentioned previously, I think that the AI should only be used on the marketing and the production side of art. But for the making of creative artwork, we shouldn't be using it. Like you said before, it should be categorized on a different, level, because we are using it as a tool. But the creativity, the originality that artists who don't make use of it have to put in to make their artwork, it's on a completely different scale. Like imagine writing a prompt to try to make a drawing, and AI at the end of the day is the one who's making the drawing. Like you are just writing the prompt, you're giving him the idea, but you are not doing anything else that typing letters on a computer. And someone who is starting from zero, drawing, painting, making all the little lines and the details on the painting, they should be given more credit. And the problem with this is that with the flow of time, with the passing of time, each day more and more people will be abusing the AI to make artwork, and the originality, the creativity, the human side of art will be losing its value with the pass of time.
You're all completely wrong. AI should be banned. We shouldn't be using AI because, as I already said, AI steals our creativity. That's all I'm gonna say.
So AI can't steal your jokes here.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I don't use it.
Alright.
Well, as you can see, AI is neither good, neither bad. It's mixed opinions, as we may see. But I want to hear Charlie give a closing opinion of the theme. Charlie, can you talk a little bit about
Let's hear the
that?
cameraman. We want to hear your opinion.
So, cameraman and editor here from the AI project, and after talking and discussing like 3 hours of the video you're just watching, we've concluded that the use of AI should only be used if you put as a co-creator the piece of art you just created with AI. Also, we think that you should be completely transparent of the use of AI and follow the UNESCO guidelines if you just want to upload your piece.
Well, as Charlie just said, it's just another tool we can use. It may have good uses, bad uses. We don't need to satanize it, but we also don't need to use it as the one who will help with everything. It's just give the way and control it, trying to be transparent, maximizing its benefits, and use the technology in the best way we have. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Carlos, George, for all the time that you gave me. And we'll see you in the next episode of the AI show.
You are all wrong. You are all wrong.
Yeah, he clearly was nuts. I mean, I don't know why we even brought him here in the first place.
In the next episode, we will be talking about cyborgs, because I see a person that has like an antenna on his head, and I think that that is strange. Well, that's not what I expected.